Hi, my name is Destiny Silva, and I will be presenting the development of my simulated child, Camila Silva. Prenatally, she was exposed to the teratogen alcohol. This could have happened due to not knowing about the pregnancy in time, which would have led to the exposure to alcohol. This would have had very negative consequences and impacts. It could have caused fetal alcohol spectrum disorders, or it could have even caused birth defects or miscarriages, and would have affected her processing of information. Um, a good intervention would have been therapy for alcoholism, or perhaps for addiction. Her APGAR score was a 6, which meant that she did need assistance with breathing and vital signs. At age 4.5 months old, she was able to lay and rock back and forth. This was also the age that she was able to grasp cubes. Something that I had to look out for was if she had started crawling at around 7 months, I would have had to have been more aware of her surroundings as she tried to navigate. In regards to Piaget's concepts of adaptation and accommodation, I provided 2 examples here, which I then illustrated here. So in this illustration of assimilation, my daughter Camila is pointing at a duck and saying it's a kitty because she has a pet cat at home. So she was using old schemes to interpret her environment. And then in this illustration of accommodation, she now points at the duck and knows that it's a duck because she has now manipulated those old schemes to interpret her environment. Right here are key stages of fine motor control in regards to drawing or art. So 1 is scribbles, 2 is first representational forms, and 3 is more realistic, which follows the ages. So right here in art number 1, right here, she's the drawing that is presented is it looks like to be a human in a tadpole state. And the hands look all funny. So this is a first representational form that she did. And then right here is a second illustration. And now you can see that it looks more human-like. There's hands, there's feet, and the surroundings look a little more. So this would be a progression to a more realistic art application. Right here is some educational philosophies examples. So there's traditional classroom, constructive classroom, social constructive classroom, and cooperative learning classroom. So I chose for my daughter to have the traditional classroom setting because I prefer this style. I think that it allows for children to have standards to meet. I know that some people may support individualized or group, but I think that a student could perhaps get lost in that type of setting with leaning on others to do work or then falling behind. So I chose traditional classroom setting. In regards to Erikson's theory of psychosocial development, a brief description of that is that he focused on the mediating between the ID impulses and the superego demands, saying that the ego makes a positive contribution to development, equating attitudes and skills that make the individual an active contributing member of society. And then he also did the identity versus role confusing stage, where early conflicts could then affect their ability to interact with their environment later on. And right here's James Marcia's 4 identity statuses, which were added on as well. So right here is an example of a postcard that she wrote, stating that she felt kind of lost and that she didn't know what she was doing. So this would be an example of role confusion. And right here is another postcard where she then says that she's happy with what she's doing. And she's after self-reflection, she knows what she wants to do. So this would be an example of identity achievement. Right here's 7 facts. I'll relate fact number 7 to Camila, where she could have a strong tie to her background and her ethnicity, which would then help her perform better. Right here is my child's report card, a picture, and that is all. Thank you.